Welcome to Pop of Genius on Urban Politics. If you would like to join our community, please subscribe to the channel, like and share. If you want to support the channel or buy me a cup of coffee for my research time, Cash App $ Pop of Genius Films, and thank you for all of your support.
Hi, I'm Stacey J, and I am the creator of Pop of Genius on Urban Politics. And I want to talk today about the phenomenal Kandi Burruss. So annoyed that she's even having to go through this. But if you have not been under a rock, then you and I both have been keeping up with this side of entertainment. Although this is a political channel, I do cover stories on certain entertainment stories that have a lot of popularity with viewers and audiences. So let's dig into this. So in the case of Kandi Burruss versus Todd, Kandi Burruss, a very well-known artist, mogul, songwriter, performer, escape group member, actress. I mean, she wears so many hats. Entrepreneur, one of the main stars of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Bravo franchise. There's just so many hats that she has worn over the years, and she has such a great credibility to who she is within this industry, from her work ethic, from the success of her work, her many albums, gold albums, platinum albums, all kind of accolades that she has collected over the years. She has one heck of a body of work. And she married Todd, her current former ex-husband, and they're currently going through a divorce. And if you've seen this in social media, entertainment news, you've probably come across these two. And it's such a really sad situation, because if you're familiar with Kandi Burruss from Real Housewives of Atlanta, you'll know that she started her career off being single. For many years, she was a single mom. She's a great mother, daughter, family member, friend. There's just so many things that people can write on her, and it would be all true. And so later on in some of the seasons, she met her current husband, Todd, during production when they were on site in South Africa. Herself and the other castmates of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This has been so many years ago, over 10 years ago. And we're finding out that her friend Phaedra was the one 10 plus years down the line, 2 children in, including Kandi's her oldest daughter, and Todd's only child, to our knowledge. They have this blended family now, and it's so unfortunate now that we have to see them take this split. But it seems as if her aunt and her mom had already saw the handwriting on the wall. And so there's some famous quotes that both of them made along the way, trying to warn Kandi out of love. I think that her followers, her fans, even myself, we all wanted to root for Kandi and wanted her to have her fairy tale, her happily ever after. She deserved it. But there were some telltale signs that many of her very close circle members saw in Todd. And then when I started seeing some of the collective of videos that Todd started putting out when it was nearing to their announcement of their divorce, and how vindictive and nasty he was getting on his own social media with their conversations while she's trying to prepare for her for a job or an outing or whatever. And it reminded me, when I love him dearly, don't get me wrong, but Tyler Perry, not too long ago, I think maybe early this year, maybe last year, he was doing an interview and he was advising black women that were more financially successful, were in a higher income bracket than their partners, or individuals that they might be looking to have a relationship with, he was telling black women that we should consider even more outside of the box to take in men that, even though they may earn considerably less than we do or have less success than we do, that we should be okay with that, just as long as they're able to meet our emotional needs, love us to where we are at.
Well, everybody that's been on the internet, I'm sure y'all saw that I filed for divorce on Friday.
Kandi and Todd first got together, they weren't even together for a year, and Kandi was complaining about Todd not wanting to be intimate with her, or them not being intimate enough, and she said he only wanted to do it once a week. And then when she brought it up to him, he made the comment that she didn't look like Rihanna.
I was thinking maybe we could go to counsel.
What are we going to therapy for?
Well, my main thing is not enough sex.
Okay. Not enough sex.
I mean, damn, can we have sex more than once a week?
Let's be real. You're not Rihanna. I ain't say
Whoa,
the
buddy.
Oh, here we go.
That was not the right thing to say.
If you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you might have to chase a little bit.
Well,
you might have to step
You
up.
might have to let them cool down too.
We here right now. We good.
We're good.
Nancy from Portland, Oregon said, Todd, why is it that the camera constantly shows you without your wedding ring? Why get married if you don't want to wear the symbol that shows the whole world that you're taken?
Because I got one to match each watch. This is a black one. You can't really see it, but there was a clip where I didn't have it in New York, but I was with my wife.
Whatever.
Say that again, Candy.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
About the money is why he doesn't like the prenup. But meanwhile, his attorney is sending notes, and all those notes are about money.
I really feel like, good and damn well that you and I already had a conversation about how we think things should flow.
We did.
And now all of a sudden, you coming back, oh, my lawyer said we ain't gonna be able to get this done. I'm like, well, how we not gonna be able to get it done when I thought we was on the same page?
You know,
so you think you should get some money?
Time out. Listen to me. I don't want your fucking money, man. Damn. That's all y'all think about is money. You, your mama, all y'all.
Well, why does he have attitude? It's not like I'm asking him to give me something. He's the one who has the problem signing the prenup, but me and my family only care about money.
What do you think I'm getting out of it?
What you getting out of it?
This doesn't impress me. This
This
house,
might not
this
doesn't
house,
impress- I
none
mean,
of this
but the
impresses
woman
me.
itself,
Oh,
look.
I love her to death.
Well, you gonna have to prove that to me now. I got my, and I got people that they get back to me.
Everybody's looking
I
at
know
me.
they looking at you.
As they should.
You are from New York, so you
I
know.
am.
Don't let me catch you. 'Cause let me tell you, ain't no river high enough, ain't no ocean deep enough, ain't no desert hot enough to keep me off your ass, baby.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
With all of that being considered to where we are at now in this current divorce, I hate that people are saying, oh, well, Kandi is a cautionary tale for other women to take accountable precautionary steps on not ending up with someone like Todd. Like, Kandi is one of the most smartest business women in America right now, right? In the world. She's like been able to amass a wealth of at least $30 million. That's at least. That's not even considered all of the other assets that she has. Now, she did everything she needed to do by getting a really ironclad prenup. He's just dusty and was trying to still figure out a way, along with his legal counsel, trying to figure out a way if they can maneuver themselves out of that prenup, and also asking for full custody. He should have known that was a no. You don't even have enough money to pay for a pack of ramen noodles for those kids in their lifestyle that they are now accustomed to. So now they're in the middle of, I think, discussing or mediating, having a mediation of custody. My thing that I'm going to say is this, and that's the reason why I brought up about Tyler Perry. Women, and especially black women, don't let anybody tell you that you need to step down from where God has allowed you to succeed. Those high levels, because you know why? He wouldn't tell a black man that for him to go down. What they're trying to think about doing next is getting the best baddie. So don't you step down from where God has brought you from and the hard work that you have put into your career and all of the hills that you've had to climb over and the ladders you've had to climb, all of the insults and the hard work and rolling up your sleeves and doing a job that no one else wanted to do because you were driven for success. Do not ever date below your station. And I know it's easy to say that. Myself, I'm in my late 40s, about to be 50 soon. And so now I have time to like recollect over my life on some things that maybe I shouldn't have did and some things I could have done. And I have come to a conclusion that if you date beyond if you date underneath your station, as do wealthy people who have aristocratic background, they don't date or marry below their station because there's always a disconnect there between you and that person. Only if that person has some type of comparable benefit to bring to that marriage or relationship, then you consider marrying that person that does not have the same dollar amount as you. Now, a man will do that, but a woman should never do that, especially when she has so much to lose. And that's the reason why I was like, why would Tyler Perry advise black women to do that? This is not a movie. This is real life. This is people's lives. And even some of these young women were saying the same thing that I was thinking about. Listen to what they had to say.
Black men and black women in my comment section are like going, why are you so mad about what Tyler Perry said? I wasn't that hungry, but I'm a big bitch, so I could eat again. Number one, Tyler just took us from going 50-50, which was already unacceptable, to 95-5, 98-2. One of the biggest problems in the black community right now is y'all want black women to keep breaking generational curses without it affecting black men. Y'all don't want to have to step up to the plate and be accountable for anything. Oh, so black men are supposed to go 95-5 with the woman? I'm gonna make it make sense for you real quick. If I'm making $250,000 a year and you're making $50,000 a year and something happens to me, you cannot sustain our lifestyle. So guess what? Like I was already doing when I was providing for both of us, now I have to stress for both of us. Problem is with that, y'all are acting like Tyler said, oh, the man makes $200K and the woman makes $250K. We're not talking about a $50,000 difference. All he can pay is the light bill. So our mortgage is still going to be due. Our car payments are still going to be due. The water bill is still going to be due. Everything else will still be due. And how is that man supposed to provide for us? But if y'all were to go through something, how do you know your man's not going to step up to the plate? So I'm supposed to wait until we're hungry and there's nothing on the plate for him to step up.
Tyler Perry said what he said because it's one, a glowing example for the people who are outside of our community of exactly the pathology that black women have been dealing with when it comes to dating and elevating in our community. It's also an eye-opener potentially for the black women who just hadn't reached this conclusion yet of how little people want us to accept. And then lastly, I appreciate what he said because it gave so much opportunity for black female content creators to strongly and very firmly say that we are not accepting this and here are the reasons why.
And now to circle back to this current time where Kenny and Todd are now divorcing, and is based off of the fact that she was so far advanced in her earnings and her accomplishments in comparison to Todd, that really at the end of like 10 plus years of marriage, it's just so sad because it all came crashing down at the end, because you cannot fluff up a man's accomplishments. He has to do that on his own. You can't buy a man's accomplishments. Kandi, but I also have observed a lot of other relationships from these reality shows, like Mendices and Yandy. You know, Yandy is so much more successful than what Mendices has been able to accumulate over the years. And then she held him down and was faithful for 5 years while he was in lockdown and in prison. And even when he got out, she still helped him to get back on his feet, helping him with his children, and trying to help make sure that she keep the whole household that they had down together. I mean, it was a lot that she was doing with her businesses, her stardom, and it's like, look, they're not even together anymore. They got this big, beautiful family. And I understand that there's the reality show and the cameras in your face. I'm not saying that have anything to do with it, but a lot of it came from him not being able to find his own masculinity with being with such a strong woman. Same thing with Phaedra Parks and Apollo Nida. You know, Phaedra, she's her own woman. She's an attorney. She is in the funeral business, mortuary business, and very smart. You know, so she makes her own money. He could never live up to that. Same thing with Cynthia and Peter. Vicky Gunnarsson and her ex-boyfriend Brooke. There's so many that we can go on and on and on, where you have a very accomplished woman, not even just a black woman, just like accomplished women, and they take into consideration that it's okay, you don't make as much as I do, you haven't brought in as much as I have, but it's okay, I'm gonna love you anyway. Who else? Shannon Beador, right? Shannon Beador and her ex-boyfriend John. He didn't accomplish and acquire everything that he could have, and he came into that relationship, and now he's with the other another castmate from that franchise. We'll see how long that lasts, but a lot of envy and jealousy occurs with these types of relationships. He has to do that. He has to earn his own, because it's like you emasculate him. All of these years, she's helped him get all of these different businesses. Since he's been with her, Todd is reportedly has accumulated, allegedly, close to $5 million, while she's sitting at 30. He had a truck business. He had helped with the old lady gang. He had some type of ownership in that, or possibly just like being able to benefit financially from helping to co-manage the old lady gang. They've had another restaurant. They've had these plays, these films. Now he's got a new spot where he shows his films, and it's like a slash lounge, something that it may or may not work out in the long run. I don't know, but he's had a lot of opportunities to make his own bank. And at the end of the day, he was still just sitting in his wife's makeup room on his social media, making pointless videos while her glam team is doing her makeup. It's sad, because here she is, she's got things to do, and Todd didn't have things to do. And at the end of the day, to me, I feel like that can be very dangerous. A lot of times, domestic violence relationships tend to not only spark off from a man having more than a woman and using that to try to control and manipulate a woman, but the reverse. Sometimes when a man doesn't have enough and his wife or his girlfriend does, he punishes her for it. Envious, jealousy, trying to sabotage your success. These things happen, and I feel like that's exactly what Todd was doing at the very end. And even with the speculation of them having a third person in their relationship where they invited a third person in their bedroom. Now, I'm not going to dig all into that because I don't know the backstory of that. But what I do know is I saw a very insecure man at the end of this relationship. Let me know what you think. Please like and share and subscribe. Let me know if you've had any experiences with this or have known of other folks. Please do like, share, subscribe. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel.